G'day everybody, welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the Network Acoustics Eno2 passive Ethernet filter and its accompanying high quality, I might add, straight off the bat, Eno2 Ethernet cable. So I've put about 200 hours into this filter now, and I'll start by my review by talking about the evolution that's taken place here with this passive filter in the system. So let's put my trusty spectacles on and we'll go into the notes. So when I first put it in, I noticed it was a little closed off. So there was a little, it just didn't, I knew there was potential for improvement here. This was a brand new unit when I got it. So I really wanted to make sure I had a brand new unit so I could talk to you about the evolution that takes place when you buy one of these Ethernet filters and put it in your system. Because I think it's useful for you to be able to get my take on what I was hearing to see if that correlates with what you guys might have been hearing. So a little closed off in the beginning, which is what I was expecting. There was a little edginess on the leading edge. We're talking minute things here, but nonetheless, these were things that I noticed as opposed to my streaming system prior to putting this unit in. So this was the only thing that was added in the system. The other products were taken out, and this is what I was noticing when this first went in. There was also a little over, and I say little, really the emphasis is on little here. A little overemphasis on the top end. I had another critical listen at about 50 hours into the process. So I will say this too, that this unit and its cable were in my system and they were running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. From the moment I've had them here for some time now. And over that period of time, they've been on in the background running all the time. So they've had a data signal passing through them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So at the 50-hour mark, I noticed small changes in those areas. When I came back in and really put my critical listening cap on and grabbed my notepad and started to write some comments down at 50 hours in, I noticed those things that I mentioned then about that initial listening session slightly evolving in the right direction. So things were starting to improve. There was a slight opening up of the sound stage. There was a slight less emphasis on those leading edges and the upper frequency stuff. So that sort of became a little bit more resolved and a little bit more opened up without being overemphasized. Then when I did some critical listening at 100 hours in, that's where I really noticed some improvements. That's when things really seemed to take a really nice step in the right direction. So from that, I am talking about an opening up, quite a large opening up of the articulation in the sound stage. So lovely outer detail outside the speakers over there and on the other side. More space around individuals, less smearing of the individuals in the soundstage, the instruments in the soundstage. Not that we're talking about there being major problems here. There never were, but I'm talking about this evolutionary process, and 50 to 100 hours was a very big step in the right direction. The Eno2 lost more of its emphasis on the leading edge. You could hear the transient attack and striking of an instrument, the lovely resonance of that instrument, and then the lovely decay, because every note we hear happens in three ways. We get an attack, or we get a strike on the instrument. We get a resonance of the note, and then we get a decay as the note runs away. And the ease of being able to hear those things was greatly improved between 50 and 100 hours. There was I stopped noticing the upper frequency being overemphasized. And I remember thinking to myself, that's definitely got better because I'm not focused on it. I'm not hearing it. I'm not feeling like I have to write a note down about it. And then when I did catch myself and I studied that part of the presentation, I noticed it was just accurate without being slightly emphasized. Between 100 and 150 hours into this process, I found another further improvement, probably another 50% improvement over the 50 to 100 hours, where it was quite a big improvement. There was another really nice emphasis between 100 and 150 hours. And all of the same things that I'm mentioning are all of the same things that continue to evolve. They just got more real sounding. They just seemed wider and clearer and more emphasized and more space around the presentation at 150 hours. And absolutely no glare, no top end emphasis whatsoever. Just absolute clarity of the signal. You could hear the clarity of the signal. You could hear the transparency of the presentation continuing to evolve and become, really, really pleasing to the ear. I had another listen at 200 hours, which pretty much brings me up to where I'm at now. Very little improvement from 150 to 200. So I think the bulk of the improvement in this product is between 50 and 150 hours. That would be that's where you really do this product evolves. It becomes what it's going to be in your system at that point. So that's that stage of the evolutionary stage. We'll talk a little bit about this Ethernet cable that Network Acoustics provide. This is a beautiful constructed cable, as you can see. The RJ45Ns, honestly, they are as good as anything I've seen. They really are oozing high quality. There's the logo there as well on the back of the or side of the RJ45N. They have these little nylon stockings that go over the top and protect them, which you can slide in and out of the way as you connect them into your equipment. It is a directional cable. It is constructed from silver-plated OCC copper conductors. It also has a new noise rejection directional setup involved in the cable. So obviously there's a source end and then there's a receiving end, and you obviously follow the arrow on the cable. And it also has RFI rejecting sleeve grounding technology in it as well. So essentially what there will be in this cable is a copper webbing type of a sleeve that'll run down over the top of the silver-plated OCC copper conductors that make the cable up, and that sleeve will be grounded at one end of the cable, much like they do with power cables to help with noise rejection. So a beautifully constructed cable. Cannot fault this at all. This comes with the unit. You get this cable with the unit. It's quite compliant. It does everything it needs to do. It is a very, very nice cable, and again, it just shows the quality that's on offer here with the Eno2 passive Ethernet filter. So that is a nice quality product. Now, when I spoke to Rob about, and I noted to him how lovely the cable quality was, he was chuffed to hear that. And he's actually said to me, he said, we spend as much time working on these cables as we do on our products. We consider our cables as part of our product line, and obviously you can buy their cables separately as well. You can see the love and attention that's gone into building this cable, and he only confirmed that by simply saying that we put as much R&D into our cable production as we do in our products. So bravo, that is great to hear that. Okay, so So after we had this in the system and I started really listening to this to judge it and to talk to you guys about what I was hearing, these are the sorts of things that I was noticing. So as far as Ethernet filters are concerned, this is a new standard. This is the best passive Ethernet filter I've heard so far. Some of the things that Network Acoustics are doing here as well is this Ethernet filter runs at 1 gigabyte per second, so it's able to transfer vast quantities of data at a really lovely speed. The guys at Network Acoustics believe that there is a sound advantage to opening that superhighway up at 1 gigabyte per second. Another thing that these guys do that is a little different, because they're working at that 1 gigabyte per second data stream speed, they go to the trouble of cleaning all 8 conductors in the end of this cable. So every one of those cables in there, those 8 cables that you see in there, they are all individually cleaned by this filter. What generally happens at 100 megabits a second, which is the standard that we all, that we're all used to, that generally those passive filters clean 4 of the 8 conductors, not all 8 of them. And I'm hearing a benefit that would suggest that by cleaning all 8 of those conductors, they really are getting rid of all of the potential noise issues that could arise in these in the data stream, and that fleshes itself out in a really well resolved system like my system and a nice high end audio system. This product is right up there. Should be right up there on your wish list. The sense of space and soundstage when this thing opened right up was phenomenal. It was exceptionally good. As I say, it's a new level for me. There was a real sense of it just kept getting wider and wider and opening up more and more and more. And it was clear to see that as it evolved, that width in the soundstage and the focus on the width in the soundstage was exceptionally good. The mid-range was just beautiful. So voices sounded lovely and unveiled and very clear, but not harsh in any way at all. I've written here a fantastic sense of realism in the vocal presentation. And that's absolutely the case. The bass sounded sweeter. You were hearing more of what was in the recording, more of the less disturbance in the signal, so more the ability to be able to allow your equipment to work its absolute best. So when we're talking about digital equipment, streamers and DACs and things like that, to get the best out of your equipment, you've got to get the signal to the highest quality you can get it. By cleaning that signal and having that signal as clean and as clear as it possibly can be and free from all kinds of magnetic and radio frequency disturbance, there is absolutely something in that when it comes to what you hear coming out of your speakers. It just allows your equipment to be at its best. It's probably the best way to describe it. And that's what I was hearing here as well. All the stuff that this gear does so well, it was doing at another level up again with the Eno2 in place. So timing was better. The focus around, so in transient sweep, big hits and explosions and attacks in drum strikes or cymbal strikes, things like that. I noticed a clarity throughout that whole process of attack, sustain, and decay. Those 3 areas in the note strike that we should be hearing in our system, because it comes in 3s. If you just hear a noise, then your system's not doing its job properly. It's not resolved enough. And a lot of those things come down, of course, to, room treatment and position of speakers and stuff like that. It really is a grand, it's the sum of all the parts. But when you get those other things right, They're the sorts of things that you should always be hearing in every single piece of music you listen to. If it is there in the recording, you should hear it. So you get attack, sustain, and decay in every note that's hit, every note that's plucked on a guitar. You will hear the plectrum or the finger strike the string. You will then hear the resonance of that string in the body of the guitar, and then you will hear that decay as that note softens away. And if you are hearing all of that, then your system is resolving everything that happens in the physical playing of a musical instrument. And this machine here, this filter here, this was able to give me more of that resolution without any disturbance, without any etchiness, without any harshness. So, those are the sorts of things that I really noticed about this product. It really just opened things up. Some of the things that we also should mention here is, and most of its competitors do the same thing, it must be said, but there's a 2-year manufacturer's warranty against any defects with this product. It is built beautifully well. It is, it's got really lovely RJ45 female ends in it there. It's got, it is very, very nicely built piece of kit. It also has free shipping worldwide. So I'll leave a link to Network Acoustics in the description of this video. You would be reaching out to someone like Rob or Rich. They are the two R's, I call them. They are the two guys that are, part of this whole process, and they are great guys to talk to. I've had a couple of telephone conversations with Rob so far, and only too happy to answer any questions you might have. So, so we've got that free shipping worldwide. So on the price that you see this advertised for on their website is free shipping worldwide. Obviously, there's the 2-year warranty and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with this product, if it doesn't do what they tell you it's doing, and it doesn't correlate with what I'm hearing in the room here, then you would be able to get your money back within that 60 days. And I think 60 days is a very generous amount of time to be able to understand this product, to have this product evolve in your system so that you can hear it at its full potential. So absolutely thumbs up from me. It is the best Ethernet filter I've heard so far on the market. And when I say so far, let me stress by saying this. We're in a really interesting time in digital audio now. There are some major developments and improvements that have happened in recent time in this area. Music is becoming more real sounding, more analog sounding, with the right DAC, with the right streamer, with the right accessories like Ethernet filters, and cleaning that signal up before it gets into your equipment. It's a very, very exciting time. Network Acoustics are doing some pretty high-end components in that area of things, and I'm hoping to get more of their product in here for review, so I can talk to you guys about it. They do actually do another Ethernet filter above this one, believe it or not. So I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to have that here in the room and compare that against the Eno2, which I'd be very, very happy to do. And they do a lovely switch, which I will put up against my Uptone Ether Regen switch, and some other products as well. They're really starting to work on some very exciting areas in digital audio, which I think is all power to them, I say, because we're really getting to a point now where I'm just simply blown away at just what's achievable now, and we really are on a lovely step up now when it comes to digital reproduction in a well set up system. It's very, very good, and I'm an old vinyl lover, as you guys know. I've spent a lot of money on my turntable and tone arm and cartridge and what have you, but I equally love my digital, more now than I probably ever have, with components at this level that a myriad of different manufacturers are producing. some at amazingly good value for money. And you know, and this is no exception as well. You know, Network Acoustics are doing a fantastic job. They're producing some really lovely products. These are not the cheapest products around on the market. I'm going to tell you that straight up front. But that's fine, because there's got to be levels here. And where there are levels where more money has been spent on research and development and producing these products, then that has to be reflected in the price. You know, when you go into the amount of time and effort that's been taken to get cables this good, that is R&D. That is a lot of work, a lot of hours, and we have to pay for that as consumers. I have absolutely no problems with that, as long as we're still getting what I'd consider value for money. And there are great manufacturers around there that are making some really amazing value for money products, like Stack Audio, for instance. And then you've got people like Network Acoustics, who are moving into another tier above that are producing some amazing products that I still believe are great value for money. So totally 2 thumbs up from me. Great product, guys. I look forward to seeing what you next send me for review here on an Aussie Audiophile. If you guys are enjoying this, getting it warts and all from me, I'm telling you now, I don't mince my words. I don't hold anything back. I only tell you what I'm hearing. You'll get the absolute honest truth from me here on this channel from now and forevermore. So if that's the sort of thing you enjoy and you value, please consider subscribing to my channel. I want to build the channel. I want it to get big so that I get the best products that I can get in here for you guys to listen to, so I can give you my absolute honest opinion of exactly what I'm hearing in the room with these products. And please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up as well, because that also helps get it out there for more people to see. So until we talk again, it's bye for now.